All right, g'day, hi, and welcome. G'day, hi, and welcome. Okay, looking at my beautiful Saab Creed here. Let's have a look at this. It's not a work knife, but I've got some scratches on it, and it's not a collector knife. It is a usable knife, but I tried not to use it too much because I like it too much. Okay, so this prepping video has probably been already done, but this is not so much about what the best sharpener is. Ooh, that one's getting kind of crazy. Some of these are my trapping sharpeners. My other big stone, I don't know where it went. I thought it was out in the shed there. I'm still doing what I'm recommending for everybody because of the crazy times we're living in right now. Obviously, I don't want this channel to become political because they'll ban it. But I do want people to kind of go with the idea of doing inventory of everything they own. Every single, like go through every shelf, go through every cupboard, go through your garage, no matter how terrifyingly messy it may be. I don't know if you guys can see it, but anyway, the garage out the door. Oh, I can't see it. The garage out the door there, that's going to be a, who knows what wonders and treasures and horrors I'm going to find out there. But anyway, the point is that do a sharpener check. I mean, I've got various different types of blades of all kinds. I have flat files, round files for my chainsaw. I've got these quick stones. This was my grandfather's. This is a nifty little thing. I got other fine stones like this. I got some rough stones. I've got a little bit of everything. I've got my diamond. This kit, I think, was like $6. I would triple up on these things. These things are fantastic, but they don't do everything. You know, like different blades require different type of sharpenings, right? But I would look at all the tools you have that would require sharpening and make sure you have adequate sharpening for that. For example, this was my grandfather's, right? How long did he have this? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But that, I know that's over probably 50 years old. You wouldn't think it, but, you know, probably. I mean, he died in 86. God rest him. But, you know, he had this before 1986, so it's at least that old. You know what I mean? And what do you use it for? This is a great axe sharpening. You know, it's got different type of stuff like that to it. Again, a fine stone like this, a wet stone, flat files, $5. Maybe get about, if you can get like 10 of these stirred up and keep them so that they don't rust. You know, like obviously store all this stuff in wood boxes in the least amount of humidity possible, if you can, if you want them to last. But files, when this file is done, this might make a nice knife. It's perfect knife making material. Believe it or not, it's tempered, it's everything. A lot of people are doing that with their old flat steel files now, is making knives and stuff like that. My cousin's still making knives. My cousin Ronnie, if you guys remember a little bit back there, he made me a couple of knives, and I still have them, of course. And he's still making knives or whatever. And I can imagine he's probably doing more now with the COVID because he's probably not working as much. It's hard to say, you know, like everybody's. I know he said last time I talked to him, he said things were pretty slow. So maybe he's doing that now. And this is the type of, you know, like again, this can have a secondary life as a knife. But you know, you will probably need files like this for various different heavy tools, axes, chainsaw. This is the level of teeth, and then of course there's a, well, I probably have it over here. Between my dad and I don't know how many round files we have and how many we've lost. Screwdriver. Okay, so we got like a round file like this. Is this mine or his? I don't know, but anyway, it's either mine or his. It's just we both have two different pitches on our chainsaws. My chainsaw, one of the preps I got to do for my chainsaws, I want to get three new bars. That's a lifetime worth of bars, or at least 2 new bars and 3 chains. And then I want to have like 10 of these files. These files were like $2 or whatever. Buy 10 of them. Buy 10 of them. This handle holder might be 99 cents. Buy 3 or 4 of them. You know what I mean? Like you're going to lose half of them anyway. So, and the thing with these files, what gets these files is not so much just dulling them down from you or sharpening. That gets them too. But what gets these things is they rust, and then once they're rusted, they're pretty much NFG, right? But make sure you do a good inventory, especially for those of you guys. One of the other reasons why I have this knife here is like this is CR13R or whatever it's a quenched stainless carbide adamantium super duper duper whooper material. What I forget what you can go on the SOG site. It's like CRV13 or whatever it is. I can't remember what it is. But anyway, it's not something that you're going to sharpen with that or that. You need this, and even at that, this might be like some of these modern knives that are being made now. People get all sold on the idea of them. And it's like once they're dull, like you can't sharpen them. You need a special sharpener to sharpen them. And this is why I'm a big fan of like K-bars and stuff like that, is because you can sharpen them basically a rock. You know what I mean? So when people trash things like if you look at old farm equipment, I just did the video on chisels. Those old blades, whether it was a gouge, a scrape, a chisel, a side, whatever, they were made out of regular steel. Now, mind you, back then they didn't have the metallurgy to quite make all the stainlesses and stuff like that. But there were some stuff they could make, but they chose not to because it was impractical. Like stainless steel is not a practical steel. It's a great steel, but it's not practical for sharpening, in the bush and stuff like that. I like mild steel because you could sharpen it with a rock if you had to. You might do a good job, but it'll still cut. You know what I mean? Stainless, it's dull. Stainless is a work hardening material. Therefore, you need diamond files to do stainless and other, all these like extremely hard materials on your, whether it's carbide blades, whatever, you need good sharpeners to be able to do stuff like that. So you got to learn a little bit about your metallurgy as well. Like one file will not do everything, and some files you'll ruin them when the file is like, for example, a file like this would dull before the like you would just, if anything, you would just ruin this blade. This would not sharpen that. It would not sharpen that. This would go dull. The stainless would fill up the grooves as a work hardening material. That's what stainless is. And then this would be smooth, and it wouldn't be no more good. The diamond is harder than the CRV13 or whatever this is, the kind of stainless. Therefore, it will sharpen that. But you'll wear out your diamond file kit quicker. But these things are cheap, right? But I really, really recommend this. This is kind of my go-to kit. It's several different grits. The black one is the kind of like, busting the chop, and then you fine it up with that, and then you can do top-ups. This kit is like 3 swipes across the blade type of thing. Like just go across, work your way across the blade. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, just the whole way across. Both sides, you got yourself a razor blade. It's great. So, yeah, it's just part of your preps. Make sure, again, it's not so much just having tools and stuff like that to stock up on, but you need the support tools as well. And I find a lot of preppers kind of forget to kind of really go on that, you really have to buy, like say you're buying like the water filter system like I had there, my camping fresh water filter thing that I had in a previous video. Really you got to think, okay, great, yeah, you buy that, but it's kind of like buying a rifle with not enough ammo. You know what I mean? If you don't have enough filters, if you don't have enough sharpeners, it won't matter how good of a knife you have. Once it's dull, it needs to be sharpened. It won't matter how good of an axe you have. Once it's dull, it needs to be sharpened. So I'm going to leave it at about that because I don't want to be too long with the video. So yeah, when you're doing your inventories, just kind of make a mental note of what you have and what you have to support what you have. So that's kind of the point of these videos. It's not like I'm just randomly walking around my house and like reviewing stuff I own for the sake of doing that. But anyway, have yourselves a great day.